Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Today, I, Dr. Tilkaraj from Punjab University, will discuss with you the first module, that is Introduction to Economics. And I am sure that after completion of this module, you will able to learn that what is economics, the need and relevance of this subject, the nature and scope of the economics, economic activities, and types of economic system. Now, first of all, that why we study economics. The study of economics helps us to understand the economic problem of a country. The study of economics will help us to understand the central problem of economy. These are what to produce. This problem is related to choice, that whether we have to produce the industrial goods or the basic goods. Second, how to produce. This is related with the techniques, production of techniques. And you know we have two important techniques. One, labor intensive technique and capital intensive technique. Labor intensive means more use of labor, less use of capital. And capital intensive technique we mean more use of capital and less use of labor. Third, how to produce, for whom to produce, means whether we have to produce the commodity for lower class poor people or for the upper class of the society. How society allocate the resources, proper allocation of resources should be there. How economy works, and to formulate the policies and strategies. All these can be studied with the help of this subject economics. Now let us discuss about the definition part of economics. Economics is the study of how society uses its limited resources. As we know that our wants are unlimited, whereas resources are limited. So how can we satisfy our unlimited wants with limited resources? Economics is analysis of how people use their resources available to him. Simple words, economics is that branch of knowledge which concerned with production, consumption, and transfer of wealth. Economics is simply the management of household, and you know it's also known as the Arth Shastra. Arth plus Shastra. Arth means wealth. Shastra means subject. The subject matter which deals with wealth related activities is economics. Although there are various definitions are given by various economists, and the important are, for example, Adam Smith has defined wealth related activities. Samuelson, growth related. Marshall has given the welfare related definitions, and the most important, Robbins has given the scarcity related definitions of this subject. So economics is the body of knowledge which relates with wealth. This is the first important things. As Adam Smith defined, who is the father of economics, economics is an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nation. It is a social science. that deals with production, distribution, and consumption of scarce resources. Economics is the study of how society manages its scarce resources. Basically, it is a social science that deals with production, distribution, consumption of scarce resources in the economy. These are also known as economic activities. So, economics is nothing but it is the study of economic activities. The nature and scope of this subject. Nature, we mean whether economics is an art or a science. Many economics says no, this is an art, and there is argument. Some says no, this is a science. Scope, here we mean subject matter. Economics can be viewed as a science or as an art. It can also be classified into positive and normative economics. In the word of Samuelson, economics is oldest of art and newest of sciences. Now, what is science? Science is systematic body of knowledge concerning the relationship between cause and effect of a particular phenomena, whereas art is the practical application of knowledge for achieving definite objective. Art deals with attitudes, emotions, wants, need, demand, and provides solution to these problems. Now next, economics is a social science basically because it deals with men, whereas physics, chemistry, etc. are natural sciences. They deal with lifeless matter. Now positive and normative economics. Some say it is positive economics. Positive economics deals with actual reality, what is. It's based on actual facts. It deals with cause and effect relationship. For example, if the price of the commodity will increase, an effect will be, there will be reduce in demand. Normative economics deals with what ought to be. Functions of ethics and value, suggestions based on moral judgments. Now, assumptions of economics is very, very important. Whole economics theory, economic theories and economics are based on some assumptions. Before studying the economics, we have to assume some important assumptions. For example, first assumption is it is the study of human activities, and the study of lifeless matter like animals, birds are beyond the scope of economics. Second, the study of real man. According to classical economists, it deals with economic activities of real men, not economic man. Study of economic activities means it is related with the wealth related activities, which are production, distribution and consumption. Fourth, study of average man. It does not deal with extraordinary person. For example, criminal, measures, antisocial elements and illegal activities like black money, black market are not the subject matter of economics. We have to assume that economics deals with study of human activities, study of real man, study of economic activities, study of average human. And economics is social science as well as an art. As a social science, it is positive as well as normative economics. Now, subject matter. The subject matter of economics can be studied by describing the following concepts. First, economic activities. Second, economic system. And third, economic policies. Economic activities, as we have already discussed, that the production, consumption and distribution. Economic activities can be studied with the help of following points. Consumption is the economic activities which is concerned with use of economic goods and services for the satisfaction of the human wants. For example, eating of breads, drinking of milk, wearing of dress, etc. is the consumption. And we'll discuss these concepts in detail in coming module. Production is economic activities which is concerned with increase in utility of a goods and services. Transformation of a raw material into finished goods is production. Production is basically the increase in the utility of a product. When we transfer inputs into outputs, can be called as a production. So we'll discuss in detail this concept in the chapter of production function. Last one, exchange. It is that economic activities which relates to buying and selling of a product or a factor of production. And you know, buying and selling is done in terms of money. Money, as per classical economist, is a medium of exchange. Money which has a capacity of storage. They are also known as the price determination activities. So let us discuss the objective of economic activities. There are two important objectives of economic activities: proper allocation of resources and efficient allocation of resources. Proper allocation of resources is the subject matter of microeconomics, and efficient allocation of resources is the subject matter of macroeconomics. Micro, M-I-C-R-O, micros, it is taken from the Greek word which is called as micros, M-I-K-R-O-S, micros, which means small. The subject matter which deals with the small part of an economy is a microeconomics. The study of individual firm, human individual consumer, whereas macroeconomics is study about the aggregate. Macros, M-A-K-R-O-S, Greek words, which means large. The subject matter which deals with the large part of an economy is a macroeconomics. Economic system. Economic system defines the mechanism of production, distribution and allocation of goods and services and resources in a society, country, with defined rules and policies about ownership and administration. There are three economic systems in the world: capitalism, which is also known as the free economy; socialism, which is also known as the command economy; and mixed economy, which is the combination of capitalism as well as socialism. Let us discuss one by one these three terms. Capitalism, which is also known as the market economy. Capitalism or market economy is one in which individuals and private firms make a major decision about the production and consumption. The central problem, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, will be decided through market forces. Market mechanism play a very important role here. Market mechanism means the demand and the forces of demand and supply determine the price of everything in the market. Price play a major role in the market economy. Government has very less role in this type of economy. Government play a role to maintain the law and order situation of economy. An example of market economy is United States, where investment, production decisions are based on the demand and supply forces of the market. Role of government is negligible. A capitalist economy is one in which market makes all important decisions about the production distribution, such as what to produce, how to produce it, for whom to produce, etc. Second, economic system, socialism, command economy. Under this economic system, economic activities such as production, consumption, and exchange are under the government control. Meaning why? What to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, everything decided by the government itself. There is very less role of the private sector. Government makes all important decisions about the production and distribution. Cuba is an example of socialistic nation. Its economy is state-run economy. Every decision taken by the government itself. No private interference in economic activities of a country. Third is mixed economy. Under this economic system, some economic activities are under the control of government and other controlled by the private sector. Public sector and private sector both run simultaneously. A mixed economy is a combination of free market economy and command economy. Here government control the price fluctuation. Government can announce the price policy to achieve certain objective, as high level of employment, low level of inflation. We have in India is a mixed economy where public sector as well as private sector works together. Now economic policies. To solve the problem of in the economy such as poverty, unemployment, trade cycle, and any fluctuation, the study of economic examine various following policies. For example, fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is the policy of the government. Revenue, expenditure, and debt related policy is basically the fiscal policy. Monetary policy, money related policy, the policy of the RBI in India, the policy by which government control the monetary authority of the government, and we have the monetary authority of the government in India is the RBI. Control the economy, stabilize the economy, regulate the economy with the help of availability of money supply of money, and cost of money. These three important indicators of monetary policy: supply of money, availability of money, and cost of money. To control these things basically is the monetary policy. And price policy, third is the price policy. Economic planning, etc., are the economic policies. Now we have studied that in this module, that what is economics. So economics is a branch of knowledge which deals with wealth related activities, the human activities which are related with wealth. And we know that human wants are unlimited and resources are limited. So there is a problem of choice between the various goods and services. Economics tries to provide the solution to the problem of scarcity and choice. We have also discussed in detail the subject matter, nature, and assumption of economics in this chapter. We have also studied various kind of economies, such as market economy, which is also known as the capitalism, where market play a very important role. Everything decided by the market forces. These are demand and supply. Command economy, which is also called as the socialism, where government play a very important role to solve the central problem, such as what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. And lastly, the mixed economy like we have in India, where private sector and government sector works together. Some sector controlled by the public sector, and some sector of the economy controlled by the government itself. Thank you very much.